In this video, we will show you how to replace your brake light switch on this Acura MDX. This will be located under your driver's side dash. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. To gain access, we have to remove the lower panel underneath the driver's side dash. Looking up inside this port here, there's going to be a small twist tab. You just want to take hold of that and we can give it a little twist to dislodge it. A quick inspection to make sure it is still reusable, and we'll set that aside. Continuing on, you want to take hold of the panel. We're going to give it a light tug down along this rearward area here closest to us. Once we have it down, you're going to find that you have electrical connectors that we have to disconnect as well. With that pulled down, we can start disconnecting each of these two electrical connectors. We'll start with this larger gray one. For this, it has a locking tab which is located just along the top. You can use your fingers or just a small screwdriver. We'll dislodge that, a quick inspection for corrosion, of course. Now we have another electrical connector. This one's for the lamp. The locking tab for this is located down along the bottom. It's a little bit hard to gain access to, but essentially just carefully reach under with your index finger. We'll squeeze it in and dislodge that as well. There's that locking tab right there. I just pressed it in, pulled it out of place. Now we can take hold of that whole panel and we'll slide it straight rearward towards the driver's seat to remove it from the passenger compartment. Now that we have the panel out of the way, you can see the brake light switch. Let's have a quick look at how this works. When you press on your brake pedal, it releases this small white tab right along here. So essentially, when we go to reinstall the brand new one, we want to ensure we have this properly adjusted. So essentially, when you just press on the pedal a little bit like this, it's not going to go ahead and turn on your brake lights, but when you press it down like you're actually using the brakes, it releases that white tab and that'll turn on the brake lights. You definitely don't want to have this over adjusted, where a light bump like this could cause your brake lights to flicker. Now with all that said, we'll start with the electrical connector. You can see the locking tab right where my small screwdriver is. We'll press that in and pull this up and out of place. A quick inspection for corrosion, just like always. We'll set that wiring aside. Now we can start removing the brake light switch from the bracket. To do this, you want to take hold of the switch and we're going to give it a little twist. Once you feel it break free, you should be able to lift it up and out of position, and then we can remove the adapter as well. To do this, you just want to take hold of it and turn it counterclockwise, just about a quarter turn. It should want to unlock, and like I said, lift it up and out of position. There's that. To remove the adapter, you're going to find that you have two locking tabs just underneath the bracket here. We'll go ahead and use some pliers, squeeze them in and pry this up and out of place. You can use a small pocket screwdriver or even a trim tool, whatever you might happen to have. To show you what I'm talking about, right where my fingers are, you can see those locking tabs on the brand new adapter. There it is, friend. We'll just give the mounting bracket a quick inspection, make sure it's not rotted in any way. This still feels good. Let's continue on with our brand new adapter. For this, we want to take it and have it in the right position. We'll have this area with the locking tabs facing down, and we'll slide it down and into the bracket, locking it in. Listen for a click from that. Now I'm going to depress the brake pedal and I'm going to try to push this up and out of position. It cannot pop out of position. If it does, it's not locked in properly. Once you've done that, we can continue on with the installation of the rest of our brake light switch. For this, you just want to take it and get it in position. You may have to twist it a little bit to get it aligned. Once you do, have a look right down in this area. We can see that small white tab that protrudes out from the brake light switch. It's hitting up against the small tab on the brake pedal itself. We're going to depress this as far down as possible without actually pressing down the brake pedal. We'll press it just like that. You can see that that white tab disappeared. Now I'm going to lock this in. Continuing on, let's go ahead and press on the brake pedal here. We're ensuring that that white tab does protrude out. And we still have a little bit of movement here, like I said, where we can wiggle the pedal around just as if we were hitting bumps driving down the road, but that switch does not actually turn on the brake lights. We'll do one more test of the functionality once we have the brake light switch wiring harness reconnected. We'll connect in the brake light switch wiring harness, press it in, listen for a click. Once you've heard that click, we'll give it a little tug. Before you reinstall the panel here, let's go ahead and test the functionality. To do this, it's going to be easiest having a second person so they can be outside of the vehicle telling us when the brake lights turn on. We want to make sure the brake lights do not turn on when we just lightly tap on the brake pedal. The brake lights need to only turn on when you're actually applying the brake. All right, I have my assistant at the rear of the vehicle. They're going to be confirming whether or not the brake lights turn on or off. If I don't hear anything, that's a good sign. So first, I'm going to pretend that we're driving down the road, maybe hitting a couple bumps here. This pedal is going to shake around. As you can tell, the brake lights did not turn on. Now let's go with the assumption you're actually pressing on the brake pedal to come to a stop. We'll do that one more time. Perfect. Now, if it did not function properly, you need to make your way back up here. We're going to make our adjustment by turning this so it's in the unlocked position, and you can either raise or lower it as needed. Once you're done, make sure you lock it in and then double check the functionality. Now it's time for our plastic panel. We'll start getting this close to being in position into its mounting points on the body. We don't need to press it in completely because the next thing we actually need to do is the electrical connectors. As for the electrical connectors, you just want to take them, line them up, and press them into the position. Listen for a click from each of them as you continue on. After confirming each of those are secure, the next thing we'll do is just make sure that everything's aligned along the front of the body here, and we can start swinging this up into the proper position. Got this side pressed in. Now up inside this area, we have the spot for our small plastic twist tab. Just going to try to get this aligned and lock it in. Just double check, make sure everything's properly secured in place here. You don't want it falling down while you're driving down the road. Okay, friend, we finished our installation of the brake light switch and we've tested the functionality. The next thing you need to do is go ahead and take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.